This is how you're going to scale your marketing or AI agency. I'm going to go through basically everything that I've learned in the last 6 years to give you some context. I've scaled my agency past 110K per month in the last 2.5 years. I also help other AI and marketing agencies build done for you client acquisition systems to guarantee you qualified calls and paying customers. So to get into it really, really quickly, there are basically 7 fundamental steps that you need to know to build an agency. Now, once we kind of go through these, I will then explain how to scale your actual agency. So to go through the fundamentals really, really quickly, the very, very first thing you need, and it goes without saying, is you need to pick a niche. I don't think you can grow an agency by offering your service to every single person in the marketplace. I think going broad is very, very difficult to scale. You're not seen as a specialist, but more so of a generalist. You can't really then charge high ticket price points either. So you want to pick one niche and specialize. That's really, really important. And before you ask, well, how do I pick a niche and what about competition? What I say to everyone is there is always going to be competition. Like, no matter which niche you pick, no matter how how what's the right word, how discreet you think the niche might be or how hidden it is, there is always going to be some sort of level of competition, and no grass is greener on the other side. So all you have to do is just really pick a niche that you're most comfortable with or you're most passionate about, right? Because you don't want to pick a niche that you really just don't really want to work with, because when you have problems with your agency and AI agency, which you are going to have, you want to make sure that you actually love what you do, so you have that determination to fix whatever issue you're going through. So you really want to pick a niche that just you genuinely enjoy and you want to learn more about of and you want to help people in. So you want to pick one singular niche or industry. Again, it doesn't matter what you pick. It could be roofing, could be plumbers, could be dentists, chiros. I literally don't care. As long as you're passionate about that industry and you're willing to put in hours learning their pain points and going through hardships, you'll be absolutely fine. So the very, very first thing is pick that niche. Do not go broad. Do not go general. Trust me, it's going to be very, very difficult for you to scale. The second foundational thing you need is an offer. I think this goes without saying. You can't just say, hey, we help roofers get leads or we help dentists with social media. You will probably never get customers that way, or you will get customers, but they'll be so low ticket, it's probably not worth you bringing them on in the first place. So you need to have a really, really lucrative, highly attractive offer. I did a video on how to build a great irresistible offer for your marketing agency. If you haven't watched that, I'd highly recommend it. The link's going to be in the description below. Check that out, and then maybe come back to this video. But your offer is basically, I would honestly say, your offer is the lifeblood of your business. If you don't have an offer, you literally cannot scale. It's difficult, really, really. It's close to impossible actually, without having a really well defined, narrowed, problem solving offer. Now, in terms of the offer, really, really quickly, you want to avoid some of these. So you want to avoid selling web design, because let's be honest, most people know you can literally go to Figma and get a website within seconds using AI. So you really can't build an offer with web design. It's really, really difficult. And people know that now basically AI does 99.9% of this, unless you're like, unless you've got some crazy, crazy design experiences, which again, if we're being very candid here, most of you guys probably don't have that level of experience. You want to avoid this completely. It's just not a scalable service, in my opinion. The next pitfall to look out for, the next like offer or niche, is content. Now, this really depends. If you're just selling like content as it is, like just Instagram posts and social media management. Oh, social media management is a huge thing. Please do not sell this. It's really low leverage. It doesn't solve a specific problem. You're going to be it's going to be very, very difficult for you to scale by just selling social media management or content. Now, content in a whole is actually a great offer, but you got to be very, very specific with how you sell the offer. And again, please go look at my previous video on how to build an offer. It explains how you can build offers in really competitive industries, but avoid saying, social media management. It doesn't work. So these are the two pitfalls that I would look out for with building an offer. I would stick to your more traditional things like lead generation, revenue generation. These are really, really good low barrier offers that you can sell that basically every business needs. Everyone needs leads, everyone needs revenue. This is never ever going to go away. No AI is going to take this away from business. So I would look into building an offer that's based around leads and revenue. That's the offer. The third thing, and I think this is the most overlooked thing, is you need trust. I think you need that now more than ever in 2026. Again, I did a previous video going through why we're in a trust recession right now and why people just aren't going to trust you naturally as they would have done a couple of years ago. So in order for your niche and your offer to really click, you need to have the trust and the social proof. If you don't have this and you get every single part right, it's still going to be very, very, very difficult for you to get calls and sign clients. This is so, so important, and I'll explain more in a second. The fourth thing you need is a client acquisition system. Just pick one. Don't build 5, 10, 15. Don't diversify now. You literally just need to pick one channel and do it. Basically, as simple as it sounds, you want to pick one avatar, one channel, and one problem, and that is it. That's literally all you need to get to 10 to 20K a month. You don't need 5 different acquisition channels. So literally just pick one that you're most passionate about. To name a few, there's cold emails. That's pretty simple. There's LinkedIn prospecting. There's IG. There's IG DMs. There's cold Loom videos. So you record a Loom video, send it in your cold emails. And there is also paid ads. And my recommendation, I run a paid ad agency. I would go with paid ads if you have the budget. You'd want to start with $30 to $50 a day. But I truly think paid ads is going to be the easiest and fastest way to book calls in your calendar. All these other methods take so much time and resources. Paid ads, honestly, you can probably launch that within a week, right? And you'll get data really, really quickly. And it's much less of a headache to scale an ad campaign than it is to scale an email campaign. That's my preference, but do what you will. Just pick one that you're passionate about and go all in with that particular acquisition channel. So step 5 on what you need is you need sales or sales system. This is really, really important. So you've got to know exactly what you're selling and you need to have some sort of sales training. If you don't have any sales knowledge, then you can literally just go to YouTube and consume content. I would always recommend in the beginning you take your own sales calls because you need to understand your offer. There is no point trying to outsource the sales if you don't even know what you're selling and who you're selling it to and the objections, because you want to get to the point where you're so comfortable in what you sell you can then train a salesperson, because it's very, very rare that you're going to come across like a salesperson or a closer that knows exactly how you work or how your agency works. And so I would take the sales calls yourself, learn it, spend the time, spend the hours on YouTube, consuming the content, because this skill is probably the most valuable in this entire process, apart from building your client acquisition system. So building a sales system is important. Sales script, tonality, just literally go to YouTube and consume a shit ton of sales content, basically. Number 6 is fulfillment. I'm not going to write the whole word out, but yeah, fulfillment. This is really important. The amount of people that I see who have good offers, they've got great trust, they've got a good client acquisition system, they're wonderful at sales, but they lack in fulfillment is sky high. If you don't have fulfillment, you'll end up getting clients. You'll then end up not being able to keep them. You then get hit with a ton of negative reviews, and it's just not going to be a pleasant experience. Trust me, I know from experience on that front, working with so many people. So you want to make sure that you have your fulfillment completely on lockdown, right? So you want to build a complete fulfillment SOP that basically just explains step by step on how to deliver the service. That's really, really important. If you don't know how to run fulfillment, you either find someone or hire someone. So you can go to the platforms like Upwork to find vetted professionals. But if you're selling lead gen, it's very easy to fulfill. So it's not going to take you that much of a time. But if you really don't want to do it yourself, go to Upwork, find a professional to assist you. But I would recommend you still learn how to deliver your service yourself because it's your business. And then number 7. So just to quickly recap before, we've got your niche, we've got your offer, we've got trust, we've got one client acquisition system, we've got self system, we've got fulfillment, and we also need support. So this is really, really important. My writing is terrible. You need communication. That is a complete, like, non-negotiable. You absolutely have to have great communication between your clients. Again, you can get everything right, but if you don't communicate properly or well enough, you'll see a really, really high churn rate just because people want to feel heard, right? They want to make sure that you're staying on top of things. Even if you're doing a ton of things on the back end and your clients can't see that, they might just assume that you're doing nothing, right? And so you really don't want to put your clients in that position. You want to make sure that you have really, really good support channels, whether that's one, 10-minute call a week with your client, just talking them through everything. You can also hire a pretty cheap CSM off of Upwork. You pay them hourly and they just drop daily messages to your clients and answer any questions pretty quickly. It doesn't take a lot to get someone to help you with support. If you've got the time yourself, just pop a reminder on your phone to message your clients every day or every other day or so, right? It's not that difficult. So that, in my opinion, is the fundamentals. I think this is really all you need to get to 5, 10, 15K a month. Really not that rocket science. You just need to do the work and do the system essentially. Now, let's say you have all of this and you're already doing 5, 10, 15, 20K per month, but you can't seem to break past, the infamous, that's a horrible dollar sign, 100K. Okay, I'm going to actually completely get rid of that because that was terrible drawing. Let me do that again. So if you guys are struggling to get that 100K monthly retainer, there we go. If you're struggling to hit this infamous figure, then here's exactly what you need to do. Again, it's actually pretty easy. Most people just overlook this for whatever reason. There's literally 3 things, right? Assuming you have everything in order in here, first of all. It is literally one of the same thing, right? And it is literally scale. What I mean by that is if you have the foundations already in place, you already have a proven system, you already have something that works, right? All you have to do is literally just do more of it. Like, do more. Like, for example, if you chose paid ads and you're spending $50 a day, right? Start spending 200 a day. If you're sending cold emails and you're sending 500 emails a day, start sending 3,000 emails a day. Like, literally all you have to do is 10x your volume. I heard Alex Hormozi speak about this. It was quite literally like one of those obvious game changers. If you have a system and it's working, just do more. Like, literally just do more. And it's going to require work. It's going to require time to do it, but that's literally the secret. Like, if you're fortunate enough to have this dialed in and you're getting consistent results, you can really scale and take it to the next level. But I think most people are just afraid of taking that next step. They're afraid of going from $50 a day to $300 a day, or they're afraid that their email system will break once they start sending 2,000 emails a day, right? But you need to bite the bullet in order to scale. The thing with an agency is, in my opinion, you want to really maximize it as quickly as possible. So if you have momentum, capitalize essentially. So there really is no like secret goal or secret hack. Just literally do more. Now, shameless plug. If you need help doing more, because it's a lot more complicated than just 10xing everything, we offer a done-for-you client acquisition system where we basically scale up your entire system. So we primarily work as a paid advertising company. So we help you scale your ad campaign. We help you book more qualified calls. If you need a team of appointment setters, we bring them. If you need closers, we bring them. We basically help you with the entire process to get you to 100K per month. Because although you can do more, you would need more systems. And most people just don't really have the time to find the people or find the right system in place. So we can basically help you do all of that for you. If you're interested, there's a link in the comment description down below. Just click it, fill in the application. If we're qualified, let's have a chat. But this is honestly, this is really what you need to grow your agency. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult. I feel like there's a lot of information out there. If you just build these 7 foundations, get it to the point where you're doing, 5-10 grand a month consistently. Once you're at that point, just do more, like 10x the volume. And I guarantee you within 6 months to a year, you'll probably get to this figure with relative ease, in my opinion. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions and just comment down below what you guys want to see in future videos. But trust me, stick to these 6-7 steps, do 100 times more, and you'll get to wherever you want to get to in a pretty short period of time.